Hang on. Hey everybody, Crypto Mentor 99, and I've got John Moore here, and we're doing a series of videos. John's the Vice President at Nationwide Merchant Solutions. John, good to see you again.
Yeah, thanks again for having me on. Great to be here.
So for those of you that are just clicking on this link, seeing this video for the first time, this is actually the fourth video that John and I have done this afternoon. Some of the questions that John is answering in bite-sized pieces of 5 to 10 minutes are, why would a credit card company be interested in accepting Litecoin or cryptos? The second video we did, what are the chargebacks and disputes in the credit card payment system? The last video we just did, what is a cash reserve in the credit card processing world? Today, the fourth video, John's going to answer, what are some common errors that occur in the regular payment system? John, before you get to that, tell us what the regular payment system is.
By regular payment system, I mean the credit card processing world. You go to use your credit card at your dentist, at McDonald's, at Starbucks, to get your car fixed at 7-Eleven. After you swipe the card or put the chip in or scan your phone and it leaves you, that's the regular payment system and the regular traditional payment world that we're used to in America.
Okay, and I forgot to do this on the third video, the last video. I used to be in sales when we lived in Chicago, so I still kind of think like a salesman.
Nice.
So, and I would have my little, territory, and we talked about this a little bit during the pre-interview. Some of the solutions that you offer to merchants with accepting crypto specifically, Bitcoin and Litecoin. If someone is in Spain, China, San Francisco, California, you can help anybody, right?
Yeah, Bitcoin and Litecoin are world currencies. So you have to be on Earth. I guess that's like my only qualification. So if you're on Earth, I can help.
And I've said in the other videos, John, I just want to let everybody know, John's contact information is going to be in the description box below. So John, let's get to the question. What are some common errors that you want to talk about?
Perfect. Very excited to answer this because people oftentimes set Visa or MasterCard as like the gold standard. They say, oh, Bitcoin, it can never get up to, the 40,000 transactions per second Visa could do. And a lot of people don't know what they're talking about, I guess, is the only way to put it. So when those credit cards are processed, they're not finalized. In other words, when you go to scan your card or process your card at a Starbucks, they're just creating what they call an authorization.
Okay.
Right? At the end of the night, the payment has to settle or clear, which is called like the data capture. Okay? So it's two parts to every credit card transaction. Okay? So sometimes credit cards authorize and they never capture. We see that.
Oh.
So the merchant got a receipt and they say, gee, I never got funded for this. What happens? And it was just something weird happened, something fishy, some glitch. And then if they catch it, we can usually get them the credit card number so they can reprocess that transaction. But then again, that's not a safe method either because now we're giving them that person's data to reprocess. Then to the customer, that looks weird because they're like, gee, they might see the charge again 2 months later. I didn't just shop at Crypto Mentor 99 t-shirt world. Why did he process my card again? So it brings about a lot of confusion. So that's one of the common mistakes. The second one, we all can relate to this one, okay? When you go to a restaurant, you were just at one with our friend John Kim. So think about when you're at that restaurant with him. If you guys paid with credit card, they probably brought you over the credit card in one of those black check presenters. And they put it on the table, and then, standard in America, the etiquette per se in a restaurant is you put your credit card in that black book, and then you put it at the edge of the table, then the waiter or waitress goes over and processes the payment for you. And then they bring you back the receipt that has on there a line for you to put in how much tip to give. If it's a $50 check, hey, are we going to give them $8? We're going to give them $10. Ooh, we love this service. We're going to give them $12 or something, right? So when this happens, this whole gratuity or tip situation, the transaction is being adjusted before the night ends. So processed for $50, they're changing it to make it $60 to capture through at the $60.
Sure.
Problem is human error. In this office right here, we're in a payments processing company. Last month, somebody processed a $9 tip by mistake as $900.
Whoa.
So, you could see, and in this case, the money was from a debit card transaction. So $900 extra came out of the person's checking account.
Whoa.
Now, obviously, that customer was not happy because $900, not everybody's flush with cash. I believe they even told the business, hey, they had the rent to pay or something. They were freaking out. The business had to. So they ended up refunding them the money. But the problem is with a refund, they don't get the money back right away. A refund on a credit card takes typically 3 to 5 days to show back up in the customer's account, or longer. It could take up to 10 days. So again, you see the problems that this could cause, that this is not a flawless system. It's not based on math like Bitcoin and Litecoin are. Again, we're in more of an honor system type of world. Even, say I was going to skip town, and I said, gee, I run a restaurant, what, I'm closing the doors tomorrow. Screw all these people that came in here tonight. I'm putting all the tips through as big dollar amounts, right?
Wow.
I'm going to get them. I'm leaving town, Crypto Mentor 99. You can't stop me, right? Well, somebody could do that. I mean, that's been done before. And then all of a sudden, the people have the protection. They put in that dispute, and then somewhere along the line, somebody's eating the money. So it's not again, just the fact that they allow you to do that is not a flawless system. So the good news I'll give you with the whole situation I just told you there with tipping and the mistakes that are made with that, they want to change the credit card system where there's no more tip adjustments, all sales final, or the waiter actually has to ask you, how much tip do you want to leave, sir? Put it in on this device. When that happens, that's a big wide open door for processing Litecoin. Because or Bitcoin, or any crypto for that matter. When you're in a restaurant, one of the pushbacks we get is, well, gee, how do you handle tips with Bitcoin or Litecoin? And really, it's actually to the advantage because they would set up a separate QR code and just say, hey, let the waiter or waitress control their own QR code, send the tips directly to them. But the restaurant says, nah, that's not the way we're doing it. We want to do the method on the receipt. So that method will be going away eventually, but not for a while. So again, that's a common mistake that occurs. I'll give you some other stuff that occurs. They sometimes make mistakes behind the scenes. Like we have to set up, say you have a restaurant and you have a particular software that you use. We have to do stuff behind the scenes where we provision certain numbers that are going to be plugged into that system. Well, that goes wrong sometimes. And we've seen it where we give a customer the numbers. We say, yep, these are the numbers to plug into your system. Everything looks hunky-dory. And behind the scenes, it's connected to another account. Money's going to another bank account, another customer's account. Then that's a real nightmare situation to be in on our end because we have to refund every single transaction, write letters to the one business stating why this occurred. The other business has to reprocess the transactions. Their customers are pissed because they say, hey, we've been charged twice. What's going on here? It's not situations that businesses want to be in. They don't want their customers worrying about the payment. It just brings more like attention to everything. And hey, you know what? By the way, the steak was overcooked too. Crypto Mentor 99. I wasn't gonna say nothing. I left. I was happy, but you know what? That was one dry piece of meat, you son of a bee. So again, there's a lot of these clerical errors behind the scenes that it goes unseen to the public because the system does work good most of the time for common situations. But trust me, I've been in this business. Every day in the credit card payments business, it's like you're hit by a freight train of a problem that you're literally, we're like, what? Like, how did this happen? We're like, oh my God. So again, cryptos, there's with Bitcoin and Litecoin, let's tie it back into Bitcoin and Litecoin and how this is good for Bitcoin and Litecoin and cryptos in general. They're based on math. If it mathematically doesn't make sense, the miners are not going to be able to validate that transaction and clear it and get the whole block reward and all that. So the system doesn't work. So I told, I was in a business networking group this morning. I go to one every week, and, you know, I talk about cryptos, but I was more there originally for my regular credit card stuff. And an accountant that actually always gave me hell about being into Bitcoin, right? He actually came up to me excited. He goes, John, you're never going to believe it. He goes, I got a customer that's a big into Bitcoin mining. And I got hired to do their accounting. He's a pretty big firm, this guy. He goes, you weren't kidding. He goes, there's a lot behind this stuff. He goes, this isn't a scam at all. He's like, this is unbelievable technology, because now he's studied up on it. I said, hey, Jim, this is what I've been telling you about for the last year or so, but everybody's been thinking it's this kooky thing. And he actually talked about it in his go-around. He goes, you know, I almost want to apologize to John Moore. We kind of given him hell about Bitcoin, but there's really something to this. It's a big infrastructure and industry being built. So then some lawyers asked some questions. They said, well, is there you know, this and that? And he said, no, there's guidelines on what to do as far as tax purposes go. So he was excited as an accountant because it means a lot of new tax work. So he was like, I love your industry now. I was like, oh, gee, thanks. Now that you can tax us.
Yeah, and
on the trade.
And I've known a few accountants over the years, so this is kind of a joke, but there's nothing better than a tax accountant that's excited about something, right? You know,
Right.
like when they kind of connect the dots, they're like, dude, that's what I've been telling you, you know?
Exactly, and I'll leave you on this. What I said to the group on my go around, I said, you know, guys, I'm not telling anybody to invest in Bitcoin or Litecoin. I said there's a financial advisor in the group. If he advises that for you, great, and then you can come see me and I'll show you the different wallets and such to download. I said what I am advising you to do is to accept it for payments.
Yeah.
So move the money from A to B, so you avoid chargebacks. And, you know, I think it really stuck today because, again, a more mainstream guy and a regular CPA told it to him. And then how I phrased it with, I don't want to tell you to invest. This is to utilize how it was designed to be used for payments. And I said this, I said, there's never been a mistake on the Litecoin blockchain. I mean, every transaction has made sense, and there's never been one that's been out of error, out of order, or charged back or anything. So it really then I told about the 99 million that got moved for 40 cents.
Right. Oh, gosh.
It was exciting stuff. A real estate attorney came up to us after. He was actually excited too. He goes, you know, I always thought wire transfers were the gold standard, he told us, and that was the ultimate thing. He goes, and they're getting a lot of hackings going on with these wire transfers. He goes, I'm starting to see, John, what you're saying, that this is the payments 2.0. That's why I tell everybody, this is payments 2.0. Credit card world was payments 1.0. There's always something 2.0 that makes it bigger and better.
Wow. Hey guys, I got to tell you, John Moore, no nonsense guy, reliable. If you want someone that's an asset instead of a liability, get a hold of him. I'm totally serious. No one works harder in the room than John Moore. John, I appreciate your expertise, and I'm I added this on the third video, and for those merchants out there, and then we'll close. If they're a little bit skittish or nervous, not that it's related to 100% of what we just talked about now, you could, but I want to get it on every video. You could convert that to fiat and end up on your bank account, right?
Right. They could convert the fiat at the time of sale. So if they send out an invoice for $1,000, they're going to be cashing into their bank account $1,000.
Right.
Minus whatever, Coinbase or
Right.
Admiral charge them like 1% to convert, but it's a lot lower than a credit card fee, and there's no risk. So it's definitely something that every business wants to consider. And one final thing, I'll get on the phone with these businesses as well. So I'm not just a guy that hides behind Twitter or hides behind an email. I'm here to help you on the phone as a human being, just like I would help you in my regular credit card payments business. I mean, we're in sales, so we're here to help you, show you how to use this product. And when you set it up with me, I'll do a test transaction back and forth with you, and I'll let you keep the Litecoin that I send you. So it's
No, that's great, John.
contact me.
So
Awesome
again,
stuff.
if you want someone high integrity, reliable, backs up his talk with action, John Moore, Nationwide Merchant Solutions, you need to be talking to him. And again, I'll have all of John's contact info in the description box below. John, I salute you. Thank you so much.
Awesome. Thank you so much for having me on. Take care.
Okay, bye-bye.